Hey dumplings, it's David Asai. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about Jungkook sharing a love story that he has. It also goes to show that Jungkook might be looking for someone with this similar story. He shared this on a recent show that he was on, and I am glad he did. And it's also good to know things like this and learn things about Jungkook because it allows us to kind of peer into his life and get to know what he is as a person. We also have the possibility of Suga changing careers and trying to do something maybe a little different. We'll have to talk about all of that and get into that here today. Let's sip some tea here today. If you are new here and interested in this type of stuff, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and that notification bell so you'll be notified anytime a new video drops. And if you're a hater, like to be the first to leave your hate comment, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and that notification bell also so you can be the first to do so. Now, let's jump into it. First off, what is everyone's situation currently? I'm very curious. Please let me know. Like, is it open currently for everyone right now? I'm hearing conflicting things between New York and everywhere else, between my family and some of my other friends that I've known that have gone out. My parents are obviously encouraging me to stay inside, or more so kind of really forcing me to stay inside. But then I see people who are going outside hanging out and says it's okay. But then there's looters everywhere currently in America now. Like, is it safe to go outside? So I'd love to know what is going on. Please stay safe wherever you are if you are going outside. And if you have to go outside either for work or for the protest or for whatever it is, make sure you stay safe. Anywho, let's talk about the first tea you are here for, which involves Jungkook. Jungkook's love story, to be specific. Jungkook recently was on a show called Let's Eat Dinner Together. Pretty self-explanatory. I think you would already know what the show is about if you haven't already heard about it. I guess the host name was Kang Ho-dang. I'm very curious, is this the same Kang Ho-dang that owns the restaurant, the Korean barbecue Kang Ho-dang? Wasn't there like a scandal of Kang Ho-dang saying something like he prefers Big Bang over BTS? I'm not 100% sure on that, or even if it's the same person. I'm going to assume it's a different person. But anyway, they seem to be sitting outside, and honestly, where they're sitting outside doesn't even look like they're sitting outside of a restaurant. It looks like they're sitting outside a convenience store. It looks very, very casual. So it was Jungkook and the host, and they were kind of sitting down, and then they were having a little bit of a chat while there's like a million cameras staring at them, but that's okay. They're having a nice casual chat. The host asked if Jungkook knew his parents' love story. Jungkook, of course, was happy to share his parents' love story. Apparently, Jungkook's mom, if you didn't know, was the first person to make the move. And Jungkook said it was because the mom thought the dad was super attractive. And apparently, the dad is also younger than the mom. When I heard that initially, I was like, ooh, little cougar Jungkook mom. But when the host asked how much older Jungkook's mom was to the dad, Jungkook responded 2 years. So probably not a cougar. Just an outgoing, courageous boss of a woman who likes to take things into her own hands and make things happen. They actually had a good laugh about that. They talked about how proactive the mom is. I imagine maybe the dad is a bit more reserved, which explains where my Jungkookie monster got his reserved side, maybe from his dad. Jungkook mentioned that the mom is very energetic, but didn't say anything about the dad, so we don't know. I think it's interesting because it might be a similar situation in terms of like what Jungkook will go after. Kids do actually tend to go after someone like their parents. Like, this has been psychologically proven. They tend to date or marry someone that's similar to their mom or their dad. Not always, of course. So perhaps Jungkook is looking for someone to make the first move like the mom did. Either that or he's looking for someone a little bit more reserved. But two reserved people going together, just nothing will happen. They'll both be scared to like talk to each other and it'll just never actually turn into a relationship. But perhaps someone who is more outgoing and who will make the first move will be someone he is most interested in. Maybe a boss type of woman or even a leader type of man, whichever he prefers. I'm personally no Sparta type of leader of a man, but I can definitely take charge. But you will be dating a dude with a lot of emotional baggage. That's hot, right? That's what people like. It's always a good thing to hear stories of your crush's parents. So if you want to know more about your crush, definitely ask about their parents. Yes, Cookie is my crush, okay? Parents obviously affect the kid's life. So if you know how the parents are, I can imagine just how Jungkook is just from hearing kind of how they were brought up. And I can tell that his upbringing was really, really good. In terms of very much being cared for and in terms of being whipped when he did a bad thing. I also like to be whipped when I do bad things. I wanted to see if ARMYs maybe felt the same way that I was feeling. Or what did they think of Jungkook's love story with his parents? One ARMY wrote this: bringing back when Jungkook cutely telling us his parents' love story. I'm thinking he's gonna tell his future kids his love story with his future partner. Absolutely. And can we take a second and appreciate how this ARMY wrote partner instead of woman? Because we don't know. And whatever his preference is, it doesn't matter. Just as it's offensive to just assume someone is gay, it's just as offensive to assume someone is straight. Because when you do, it puts a lot of pressure on them to be that straight person, and now they feel uncomfortable to come out because it's seen as weird. But anyway, I can't wait to hear more stories with him and his family. I can't wait to hear him tell his kids stories about his parents and the stories of how he met his significant other. I'm sure it'll be super cute as well. It'll be a very cute interaction. Hopefully the story wouldn't start out with, during the virus I met. I'm pretty sure it will be a story that will make you go ooey, as much of course as his parents' story does make me go like that. I will probably cry. Another ARMY talked about how Jungkook's face kind of lit up when he talked about the story and what goes on with his parents. Perhaps he admires his parents' love very much. Jungkook smiles as he talks about his parents' love story. It makes me emotional. Look how precious, please. The fact that Jungkook's face lights up when he talks about his parents, and probably tells you how much he wants something like this as well. And would probably be very happy if he ever had the opportunity to share a love story like that to his kids about him. Whoever he ends up with, I don't know if Jungkook would actually share who he ends up with the world. It might be scary, but maybe by that time it would be a lot better. Maybe he would be out of the spotlight for a long time, and thus the haters wouldn't be keeping up with him and would kind of stay the distance. So then all that's left is of course the true ARMYs that are there, and they're going to support whoever Jungkook loves. And of course wouldn't mind Jungkook dating and being in a relationship. I personally feel like celebrities only get hate because they're constantly being shown to people who don't like them, and don't like them for dumb reasons, obviously. But if you're out of the spotlight and you've only taken the people who like you with you, then only the people who genuinely like you are going to see any music, anything you do, dating, etc. Meaning they're not going to criticize you harshly for everything that you do. And I hope when Jungkook does get older and decides to settle down, he will have a nice and simple life and get to enjoy things. It'll be dope. I can't wait to see it. Now, we officially don't know yet, but Jungkook could be looking forward to the day he gets to settle down and be with somebody. But Suga is actually someone who definitely wants to be doing more, hasn't really been doing anything involving dating or talking about love or any of that sort of thing. Now, if you don't know what's happened with this, let's get into it. Let me give you some backstory on this. In the episode of TVN's K-pop language school, I suppose it's a popular show in Korea or something, there is a popular or legendary singer, maybe you've heard of him. His name is KIm Yeon Woo, and was invited to be a vocal teacher on the show. Kim met with Jungkook and very much admired Jungkook and BTS's vocal skills. He spoke very candidly about this and how he felt about BTS. He obviously thought Jungkook was very good. And of course, Kim afterwards then shared a story about Jungkook and Suga. Jungkook apparently called Kim one day, one lovely afternoon or whatever it was, and Jungkook told Kim that he never had the opportunity to learn a particular song. And Jungkook asked Kim if Kim could come over and kind of teach him that song. Jungkook is literally so awesome for wanting to take advice and wanting to improve. Taking advice from other people, especially people who have been in the industry longer, know stuff, it's very important. A lot of people in his position wouldn't actually take the opportunity to learn anything from anybody because they're like, I'm on the top of my game, everyone else is below me, I don't have to learn anything. And even though Jungkook is the main vocalist of the group, he could have that attitude, but he doesn't. And he wants to improve, which is amazing. But anyway, of course, Kim went over to the big hit agency and decided to train Jungkook. But of course, not long after the training of Jungkook's singing, Kim also decided that he wanted to train Suga to sing a little bit as well. Perhaps, of course, Suga wanted this too. This is, of course, a little bit shocking to me to hear that Suga maybe wanted to learn how to sing, as that's not usually his role in BTS. But him wanting to learn more and kind of expand his skills is very good. Kim did say that Suga did eventually reach out to him, and Suga told him that he is in fact interested in one day maybe singing, even though he is a rapper. And honestly, the few times that I've heard him sing, he's very good. His voice is very deep and it sounds very soothing. I really, really like it. This is definitely one of the big reasons why BTS is so big. It's like they're always continuing to improve, and they don't stop. They take every opportunity to get better and do better. This is obviously very important because as you do get better, you will of course get better, but if you don't practice and don't get better, you will actually get worse. It's not great to see amazing singers end up losing their potential because they think that they're amazing and they don't need to improve. I think it's awesome that Kim shared that. It really gives amazing insight on the band, what they're like, what their work ethic is. Not that we didn't know this already. My question though is how y'all not lazy like at all? Like how y'all working and having this much energy to work? I need 3 naps a day, otherwise I just can't do it. I literally can't function. Like I have no energy. Maybe what I need to do is go to the doctor. But I wanted to see what other people were saying about this and what their thoughts are. One ARMY actually wrote this: if Suga wants to be a singer, not a rapper, I will support. If he wants to be just a rapper, I will support. And if he wants to be both, I will die. I agree. No matter what Suga does, I am happy. As long as he is doing something that makes him happy, I am happy. I think Suga honestly would be an amazing singer. I can't wait to hear a track where he fully sang it. I was of course a little shocked that he wanted lessons or that he took lessons, just because I always imagined him sticking to rapping. But like the singing that I've heard him sing is like really good. Like the little part he sang in IU's song 8 is like my favorite part of the song. It sounds so good, and literally I just replay that part over and over again. So if you can make a little bit more songs like that, that would be great. I'd listen. I'd love to hear more. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know what your thoughts are. Leave it down in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I'm featuring this comment right here. Thank you so much for your comments. And as always, I do have a Patreon if you want to go over to my Patreon and kind of check that out. Contribute anything you can contribute over there. It really does help me kind of make better videos on here, really keep them going and spend more time on them. So thank you so much for checking that out and doing that. You can also get exclusive content over there, such as music video reactions, ship reactions, performance reactions, all that stuff over there. You can request things, all that jazz. There's also 2 videos that will pop up on the end of the screen on this video. So click on one of those videos and I will see you over there. Bye.